Hello! We've got the windy one, the farty bosses. No problem, let's have a look. Okay, so, first things first, what we're looking at. Now, our shout isn't too relevant here, because we've got a priest who's going to give us the stand buff, and we've also got a death knight giving us our battle shout sort of buff as well with his Horn of Winter. No problem at all, so we're not too bothered about that. What we are bothered about is doing some decent DPS, people. So let's get in there. The guys straight in. Give it a heroic leap. Now again, we're just mixing in our Whirlwind with our normal DPS. I'm going to fire off a Death Wish. And there's our Rude Interruption. Give me something to DPS, boyos. And all we're doing is weaving in these other attacks on top of our Bloodthirst, and keeping Bloodthirst on cooldown, alright guys? That's what our essential practice is going to be. Doing interrupts where you can, just so we can keep that debuff up. Stop running away from me! Remember, your Victor Rush is also a DPS. Interrupt that. Moving on, Colossus Smash for you, and a Bloodthirst for you, and then a Raging Blow, and then another Bloodthirst, and an Interrupt, and execute. Okay, guys? That's what you're doing. You're weaving in these spells in between, keeping Bloodthirst on cooldown as much as humanly possible. Gotta keep that Bloodthirst on cooldown, and in between there, you've got your choice of your Colossus Smash, your Raging Blow, your Slam, all these sort of things just to help keep those on cooldown. So there you go, Bloodthirst, Colossus Smash, another Bloodthirst. Use a Berserker Rage to activate our rage effects. Can't interrupt that, that's pretty sad. Oh, Victory Rush for you, and one of these, and a Raging Blow, and a Bloodthirst, and a Slam, and a Bloodthirst, and an Execute. All the way there. And that's it, guys. It's very, very, very just a simple sort of idea of keeping Bloodthirst on cooldown and then making sure, priority number one, is to make sure you're keeping one of these other spells on cooldown in between and using Berserker Rage as and when. So we're going to Colossus Smash, we're going to Whirlwind, we're going to do another Bloodthirst, and a Raging Blow, and a Bloodthirst, and a Whirlwind, and a Bloodthirst. You see what I'm getting at? Very, very simple ideas, guys. Interrupt the Cyclone so we don't stop damage, and a Slam. Now, once you're down to sort of one mob, don't worry too much about trying to weave too much in between. Once you're very much down, don't try and worry about your Whirlwind. It's not great damage anyway. And then try and use up your rage before the mobs die. Alright, guys? That is the essentials of being a Fury Warrior. It's just managing these enrage effects. As you can see here, I've got this enrage up. Managing that. Ooh, quest items. I'm just going to bother to pick up these quest items. Just the whole style of having this sort of simple rotation to manage and just not feeling like your my Bloodthirst back in the day used to feel like I slammed that mob. I really did. I really kicked it in the face. And I just don't feel that now. I feel like I've got to do a Bloodthirst and a Colossus Smash, then a Bloodthirst, then a Slam, then a Bloodthirst and a Raging Blow, and blah, 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 blah. All very well and good, and just not that fun. Remember to use stuff like Heroic Throw. I'm going to start putting some Sunders on, but keeping Bloodthirst on cooldown as well. Keep those Sunders on. Once those are up, your Colossus Smash is going to take care of the rest. Death Wish, Recklessness. And now we're going to start seeing some big damage coming out. Just all the time trying to keep everything on cooldown. When it mixes in, wait. I'm going to shoot, because I'm all about cheesing the damage. Shooting with my gun. And then heroic leaping back in. Get our Colossus Smash on, I'm just going to refresh our Sunders. All the time, just managing your rage, managing your enrages, making sure that you can do everything you need to do. Making sure that's all it is, guys. It really is as simple as that. Try and drain your rage just before you come out. I'm going to do some shooting. Heroic throws for funsies. And he's out. In. Colossus Smash, refresh the Sunders. Using Berserker Rage to make sure we can still do all our enrages. There's a Slam proc. Another Raging Blow for your face. Come on, baby. I just feel like I'm doing something so basic compared to what I used to do. Oh, I got slowed. Uber fail. Tried to jump out at the last minute. Super lose. Heroic throw back in. This is really going to fuck my rage generation. Using those heroic strikes just to keep everything on. We've got Colossus Smash back, and now we're in execute rate. So we're going to try and get up to 5 stacks of Executioner. Heroic throws in between. Our Executioner's probably going to run out before we get back in. Kind of sucky. Bit of a Colossus Smash on there. Trying to drain our rage just before everything runs out. Oh, I did get exalted with Dragon Ball. But there you go, you see atop the DPS, and you can see it's Bloodthirst, Attack, Deep Wounds are your major sources of damage. Generally, your attack, as you get more and more hits, your attack is actually going to take over everything, and that's what bothers me. Just melee swinging is actually going to be your number one source of damage, not in the case of where it was Bloodthirst. You know, it was a big, fat Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst is kind of weaker. It's doing its little bits and bobs, that's okay. Nothing special, nothing amazing. No big booms. I want to hear some booms. That's what I want. I want some booms. Swap the tower. Let's get some Thursday. I think I can get an epic now. I'm exalted with Dragon Ball. Ooh, epics. But it's just, I want it to be meatier. I want it to be more dangerous than what it is. Colossus Smash. Throw in a Whirlwind because we're doing a little bit of AoE. Raging Blow. Don't want to stand in that stuff. You remember all the time you're building up these Meat Cleaver procs, which is all fine and good. But now you're down to 3 mobs, you're probably not going to AoE as much as you were. Got some Colossus Smashes in there. Interrupt. No rage. So we'll use Rage. Execute. Interrupting. I'm trying to make it interesting for you guys. I'm just not feeling it. I mean, I should redo this video, I think. I want it to be more. I want to be angry. I want to be a Fury Warrior, for Christ's sake. I'm just, you know, a warrior kind 2. We can carry two-handed weapons. We should be devastating. Absolutely devastating. And I just don't feel it. And I want to feel it. I mean, I've got 2 mobs here. I should be cleaving the crap out of these mobs, but we don't have enough rage for it. And it's very sad. Use your Berserker Rage just to make sure you've got that enrage effect up so you can keep doing your DPS rotation. And that's sad for me to say, a rotation. Really sad. I mean, I'm topping the DPS single target, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Preach, come on, man. Get it together, lad. There's nothing wrong with it. There is nothing wrong with it. It's just, I love this class so much. I don't know if you can just appreciate how much I enjoy the Warrior. I enjoy it so much, and to see it so minor a version of its former glory, it pisses me off. I got the 3 Sunders on there. Happy days. And we're just following the rotation again. Raging Blow, Bloodthirst, Colossus Smash, and Execute. Fine, dandy, done. Oh man, I'm just so angry at Blizzard. So angry. Really, and I shouldn't care this much. I shouldn't care this much. I don't even play this class anymore as a main. But I'm just so angry at how clinical it is. That's the word I'm looking for. It's clinical. It's such a clinical approach to playing the class. And Warriors weren't clinical. They were meaty, and they felt, you know, Rage needs to feel like a fucking warrior. Like, if you got a hit in the face by a warrior, you knew it, you know? And maybe that's only with arms now, and that's just such a shame. Fire off the Whirlwind. Keep the... interrupt that. Another Whirlwind for your face, and a Bloodthirst. Got a free Slam proc, so I'm going to use that. Another Bloodthirst. And a Raging Blow. And a Bloodthirst. Heroic Strike. I should have cleaved, I suppose. Now, the next boss, I'm actually just thinking about the next boss now. So I always try and tell you guys to think early about your next boss. What we've got to do. Now, we know we're going to get a huge haste buff from our next boss. Now, that could be really, really sort of turned the tables for me in terms of what we can do. We should be able to fire out a lot more heroic strikes, a lot more spells in general, and just keep pummeling in that damage. So I'm hoping that's the case with this boss. Quite glad I got this instance. A little bit happy that I got this instance, purely so I can see it from this aspect of seeing if we can get, once we get some gear. This is sort of a representation of maybe some gear we're going to get in the future. I'll simulate some bloodlust for us. Shami didn't bloodlust the first boss. Kind of wish he did, but there you go. Atomic Cow. Atomic Cow! So let's hope that we get some nice results from this. Let's get this big fat haste buff that we get from this boss and see if we can do some serious sort of damage. Let's pray for that. I'll get my Sunders up while he starts casting. Not going to stand really in the middle. Come on, buddy. Come on. There's that. Whoa! Dodge that. One Sunder up. And another Sunder. And a Bloodthirst. And a Sunder. And we're blowing this way. Here we go. Yeah, look at my haste now. Awesome. Oh, you know what we can even use? Inner Rage. Fucking awesome. Go, go, go. Change sides. Colossus Smasher. Use our Berserker Rage to get some more rage. Yeah, that Whirlwinds is such a lame position. Swap sides again. Fire off. Yeah, fire off our Inner Rage again. Oh, this is more like it. I feel like I'm doing something now. I feel like I'm standing in the face of danger. Yeah, this feels better. This does feel better. No doubt about it. Another Colossus Smash up. Keep that Bloodthirst going. I think we fire off another Inner Rage there. Yeah, certainly can. Move Whirlwind. Oh, yes. That's what we're talking about. Get that Colossus Smash up there. Oh, we're in Execute Rage now. Let's get those Executes firing off. Should be able to just spam the Execute. I'm gonna go this way. Ah, get out of the way, buddy. Okay, we've got our buff up. More Inner Rage, yeah. Boom, so we did 24k DPS there. That felt better. It did feel better, gotta be honest. Did feel better there with a lot more rage to play with. That's what I don't like, is being rage starved. See, I did 45% of the DPS there, guys, on the old Warrior. That's how gear will have a sort of effect. Obviously, that's an inflated view. It's just a haste buff that we gain from there, but you can see the difference it makes when we get a little bigger on a Fury. It certainly feel better knowing that eventually we can sort of get to the levels where we can use Inner Rage. Inner Rage, if you're not sure what Inner Rage does, it puts your Heroic Strike on a shorter cooldown as well as your Cleave. Did feel much better there. Felt a little bit happier there about what we were doing. Interrupt that. Oh, fuck. I couldn't get there to stun. Come on, I haven't got any more stuns, you fuck. Shit. Oh, God, stop moving them so I can interrupt these fuckers. Let's fire off the Death Wish when we need it. Ah, got you then, you git. Down you go. Ha, not throwing me off. No way, not the Preacher, man. We'll move on to this one. The Lightning Mob is always a pain in the ass. There's interrupts on that. Yep, lovely. Whoop. Heroic Leap, baby! Heroic Leap's so cool. Absolutely love Heroic Leap. What an awesome, awesome spell that is. So you can see once we get some gear, how it changes and alters, but still besides this sort of clinical sort of oppression. Because if in the back in the day I would have just been sort of, oh shit, max haste buff, I'm just going to Heroic Strike, spam, 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 Heroic Strike, Heroic Strike, Heroic Strike, Heroic Strike, just blasting those out. And Blizzard actually said they didn't like the fact that Heroic Strike was spammy. I loved it. When you were spamming Heroic Strike and you were really whacking that button away, it felt like you were just really going to town on the boss, just chipping away at his ankles and really working it away, instead of it being, oh, I've got 75 energy now. I could do a heroic strike. You know, it's so smooth and clean, and I don't think warriors should be smooth and clean. I think they should be rough. I think it should be a very, very harsh sort of play. It's going to expect a frost trap here from you, buddy. Go Storm Swift. Go Storm Swift. Storm Swift, odd name. Oh, yeah, you got it. But you're going to have to pull from this side, bud, because you want to grab that one. Yeah, he knows the score. Oh, you're pulling through, are you? That's odd. Oh, no, I'm going to moan here. We want to kill this guy first to stop the heals. There we go. Interrupted. A raging blow for your face. Switching targets. Don't want to get... Certainly do not want to get shockwaved and lose damage that way. Can't interrupt a rally, I don't think. Cluster strike for you, one of these for you. Fucking victory rush. Which one are you going for? Let me see, which one are you going for? Which one? You're going for that one. And you're lucky I'm here to fucking be able to interrupt, because none of these casters count while you got it in here. Just saying. Just saying. I'm not trying to slag you off. There you go. You see the way my interrupt pulled it out? Fuck yeah, baby. Ah, no rage! Oh, God, I've never been so rage-starved in my life, man. Heroic leaps back like a boss and interrupts. You going this way? Can't interrupt that one. So I'm trying to put some love into the class, and it just... I could tear something in half right now. How it's awkward. The damage is there. The damage is fine. It's not the damage. That's not the problem. It's just the feel of the class. You know, I mean, it's like how can I explain it properly? Clinical is a good word for it. It is very, very clinical. Clinical isn't fun for me on a warrior. Clinical is nice on, say, a dot class, where it's very clinical and it needs to be smooth to produce good results. It needs to be really smooth. But those are classes that have a lot to manage in terms of timers, that kind of thing. The warrior never felt like that for me. It felt very much get in there. Even if you took sometimes you were taking damage on purpose, which was amazing because you got some extra rage. You know, you were doing these kind of risks, and it's not there for me, man. It's not there. Oh, moving on to the last boss. What are we thinking about for the last boss? Well, Heroic Leap's going to be invaluable here to move around at sort of last minute. Definitely making sure we are moving at such a point where we can DPS up till the last and fucking Spirit Link Totem robs from the rich and gives to the poor. Apparently so. We're going to be using Heroic Leap quite a lot. It's going to be pretty fucking cool, actually, Heroic Leap here. Which is where you've got to be thinking about outside the box. It's not just a case of surviving. That's okay. Damn you, DK, with your Pestilence. How I envy my own main class. How I envy you. Let's see if we can build some rage for the boss. Remember that. Think about that, guys. A couple of extra white melee swings going to give you a little bit of extra rage, so you can do that a little bit more damage at the get-go. Kind of important, guys. Kind of important. Come on, come on, come on. Everyone's here, buddy. Oh, army. Awesome. So now the mob's going to be moving around all the time, making it difficult to aggro from the back. Screw you, buddy. Sunders. Get the Sunders on the go. 1, 2. Keeping Bloodthirst on cooldown. 3. Awesome. Right, we've got Bloodthirst, Recklessness, Death Wish. Let's fucking go. It's certainly Heroic Leap. Almost to that. Throw some shoots. Keep DPSing. Oh man, you died to that, really? No way. Lol. Not a healer, is it? Awesome. Start to cling, ignore that. And just keeping this rotation up. As much as I hate to say that. Remember, watch your rage. If you can, throw in the jumping for static cling, obviously. If you can, throw in the fucking Heroic Strike. You've got some nice rage. Do it. Oh, look at that. Heroic Leap ties up really nicely. That's cool. That is cool. Look at that. That's beautiful. DPSing up to the last point. And then just keep DPSing. Yeah, really nice. That worked out really well, I didn't know that. Jumping for the static cling. Keeping them in rage effects up with our Berserker Rage. There's another static cling, jump for that. We're almost in execute phase. Right, leap in and continue the DPS. Really nice, really happy how that works out. Okay, so we're in execute phase. Let's get some executes on the go. Jump for the static cling. Keep those executes up. We're at 5 stacks. Awesome. We just want to maintain that while doing our normal DPS. I'll let it run off. So ignore Preacher. There you go. 15k DPS single target. Is that, oh, strength gun. Preacher will have that. Some upgrades for me there. So again, 46% of the DPS done by me. Nothing wrong with that. Happy. Yeah. So overall, it's general a view of the class is fine, and that's how you play it, guys. That is the basics I can give you. That is how you play the Fury Warrior. Personally, I just don't think it's as cool. It feels too clinical, too methodical for me. But that is how you play it, guys. I hope you found that helpful. Definitely not one of the videos I enjoyed doing the most, I've got to say. But still, we're looking forward to doing our advanced clicking guide tomorrow. That's going to be up for you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.